Classic cat stuff. Yep.
It's a catastrophe.
It is. It really is.
Starting early today, huh?
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that right now.
Ooh.
You probably heard me say that and thought, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, no.
Do I look like a cat to you, boy?
Oh, my God.
Jumping around all nimbly bimbly from tree to tree.
I need to get a confession off my chest. Okay.
Let's hear it.
You may have heard a couple weeks ago now. Yeah, it would have been a couple weeks ago now. Maze, you asked me how Ian Carmel's $200 turkey was.
Yeah,
and you may have noticed. That I sidestepped the question.
Yeah, I did.
I pivoted because I had news I was not able to give at that point. Plus, didn't know what the deal was with his beautiful boy Arthur. But yes, his lovely wife Dana went into early labor the night before Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving was canceled. So I ordered Thai food.
Oh,
that's what happened. But they said it on the latest AFE where they draft famous Arthurs, and so now I feel comfortable sharing said sidestepping
of the question.
Question.
Yeah. I listened to that AFE yesterday, and also where one, he explained the birth of his son,
really
and
upsetting to try that turkey.
He said the turkey was whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that it wasn't worth $170, right? No
turkey.
Yeah, like that's not gonna that turkey's gotta have a gold bar inside it or a blowjob or something. I don't know. Like it's gotta just like that's
gold bar. Well, I mean, the price of gold is going up, so it might be more.
That's true. Maybe silver.
A blowy.
Yeah, or the blowy. But tough part for
hey,
Emily to come on.
Hi guys. Great.
No, but we're intentionally talking about,
but also.
Instead of unintentionally. Continue.
Okay, gotcha.
But also, I would have gone and cooked that turkey for him, you know?
Wait, it wasn't already cooked?
Because he was going to cook it Thanksgiving Day. She went into labor the night before.
Wait, you paid $170 for a turkey you still had to cook yourself? I thought it came cooked.
Of course. No, you cook it yourself.
What?
No, it was like free range. And,
if you're paying that much for it, I assumed it was ready to eat.
All kinds of shit. Yeah. Like
wow. Yeah.
No.
Turkeys are expensive. The big ones.
Yeah. I mean, some of them are kind of cheap, but
I don't think it was even that.
Well,
big,
not like
though.
Butterball, but
yeah.
I think it was simply.
I have a theory. I think it was brined too much.
It was brined too much?
Yeah, because he said by the time they cooked it, it had been like 72 hours of brining rather than 48. And you're kind of like at the limit at that point with cooking the turkey. But yeah, I also didn't have anything to do because I planned on being at his house on Thanksgiving. So I would have gone to cook the hell out of that turkey.
What was the Thai food order though?
Oh, it was the normal stuff that I get. It was pad see ew. I got a little well, the problem is my favorite place was closed.
Oh no.
Which I was like, all right. Certain businesses are supposed to be open on Thanksgiving and Christmas. What's going on? Love to eat bistro.
What are we saying? Certain businesses.
Certain businesses are always open.
Though. Not
every other Thai food place was open.
Maybe they're branching out. Maybe that's a different.
Maybe I'm just
but
saying.
The stereotype is not Thai food.
So I would have gotten pad see ew and crab curry. That's what I would have done.
Right.
But the crab curry is a special order from Love to Eat Thai Bistro. It's really like just phenomenal. So I got pad see ew. I got some veggie egg rolls that they do like a really nice like little mini veggie egg roll. Got a little wonton action going. That was it. Not the Thanksgiving I thought I was gonna have, but you know, it's fine.
Well, it happens.
It's fine. It's for a greater cause, I guess.
Yeah, fucking
so selfish. Selfish.
I know. Look, I got a bone to pick with this Arthur. Okay, I'm gonna see him this weekend. I'm gonna read him the riot act.
Nice.
Oh man, that just makes me think of the Real Bros of Simi Valley when the dude tries to fight the baby. One of my favorite clips ever.
It's such a great clip.
You took my best friend from me. I got beef with Hawk, dude. Hawk's looking at me weird, dude.
Yeah, Arthur's gonna look at me crooked, and he's gonna find out.
Paul Bull had a visual question, so we're gonna have to dive right into.
Scare me.
It's not that scary. It's fine. It's a serious debate, though. Okay, where does a bow tie go on a giraffe?
Oh, 2, no question.
Yeah.
No
Well,
question.
unless it's a no, because I think the collar would still be down there. It doesn't matter how long. Like your collar isn't higher on your dress shirt because you have a long neck.
And it's not also even think about it in relations to when he has a jacket. The jacket's going to be over the torso too.
That's
like
true,
you're not
yeah.
going to have an elongated collared shirt with and the jacket being
Well, hold on. Let me Google dress shirts for giraffes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, do you not feel like the dress shirt on the giraffe would have a
It
little
would
bit
for
more
sure have a little
length?
more coverage.
Now this is just a bunch of giraffe print shirts. This is not.
That's not
Mm.
what we're
Not
looking
taking
for.
it.
Yeah. Check giraffeshirts.com.
How much are they, Zach?
Giraffeshirts.com. Well, I mean, they're all
Christmas
over
is
the
around the
place.
corner. Might be a few gifts.
This one's 98. This one's 149. This one's 32.
Too much. Not spending that.
Mo, you just went on a safari. Where were
exactly.
Why didn't you make your own?
giraffes wearing
Yeah.
their bow ties?
It was 2. We actually saw one with a bow tie.
It was 2.
It was 2. It was
Okay.
literally one was walking around. It was on its way to serve dinner, and it was
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
a
you
butler.
went to the safari gala.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them showed up. All the animals were there, dressed to the nines. You know, the
Even
giraffe showed up.
the rhino who wasn't invited, if you know what I mean.
That part was awkward, Zach. When the rhino showed up, everybody kind of just stopped. It was like an episode of Housewives.
He was
and we all
super
just
horny.
looked over. Yeah, it was awkward.
Rhinos have horns.
Thanks for the
I just ignored
exposition.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, exposition.
Rhino.
The other piece of evidence was submitted in the Discord where they said, let's go to our human giraffe correspondent for confirmation. Mike Glennon wears his bow tie at the bottom of the neck.
Yeah, that's
That's a
evidence.
bummer.
And I know
Yeah.
who Mike Lennon is, but I don't know if
Oh,
It's
Eden,
okay.
Eden,
No,
so you don't have to
Eden.
explain it again, right? Like, because you always have to explain who Mike Glennon is to everybody.
I know you're
Right.
tired.
Former
of telling
quarterback for the
people.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe.
It's
back
really
and forth.
more about
Yeah,
the neck.
I was so
It's about
tired
the
of
neck.
saying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You can
Appreciate
see
you.
the neck with your own 2 eyes. You can see the chin length. You
Yeah.
can see the giraffe like nature of this gentleman, and his bow
he
tie
was
is
wearing
quite
a-
far down.
If he was
So this
wearing a giraffe dress shirt, I would think he was a giraffe.
Yeah, if he had the print, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is only ever really a question when there's a long body part that you don't know where it goes, right? Because like if you have long torso, where do you put
And
it
you
down? Do you put it up
wanted to
here?
object
Come
to
on.
us talking when we invited you onto the call, talking about blowies, and then you talk about long
what
body
we're gonna-
parts.
what we're
I
gonna
thought you
do-
guys were talking about hairstyling, like a blowout for your hairstyle. That wasn't what you were talking about.
No,
Emily, what we're gonna start doing, we're gonna get you a tape recorder. We're just have you record yourself walking around all day, and we're gonna review it. Okay,
It's a terrible idea.
Katie, we can't hear you at all. You've been talking. We can't hear.
has she been talking?
Yeah, she's been
Oh,
trying.
I
man,
thought
I've
Katie's
been
just
missing
been
out on
chilling.
some-
Yeah.
I don't think your
Katie
microphone's
action.
selected, or I don't know what's going on here. 'Cause it doesn't say you're muted.
Well, so I have a follow up. I sent it to the chat just now, but this was a similar question that
here we
has been
go.
plaguing
This
me
is
all
a
morning.
great question.
Yeah.
Well,
I also
it's
have.
it's
I
got
also
5
have a-
options though, Zach. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I don't consider.
The
I don't
middle
consider
one.
option bottom right. That's not a real option.
What's the bottom middle one? It's on his feet.
That's him hanging
It's
upside
on his
down.
feet.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
that.
a foot warmer.
That's
And
it.
only
Hang
when
upside
it's on
down.
his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
bat.
when he glides down, it's still on his feet. When he's walking around, still on his feet.
No, then
Or
it like
only when
magically
he's
is like
asleep.
his bat boot or whatever bullshit he's got.
It's gonna be it's the top 3 for me are but number 2 is my favorite.
Yeah.
There's 2 little ones on the pointy horn.
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Bottom left looks like a turkey.
It does.
does.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks
Oh my
exactly
god,
like
it
a
does look
turkey.
like a turkey.
Bat ducking.
That's all I see now is turkey.
Bat ducking. Ugh.
But
Stuffing a
ducking.
duck inside a bat. No thanks.
Ducking.
Yeah, why is the 5th one transparent or is it just
That's a great question.
so?
Yeah,
is
it
just
does seem more like
see that
a-
his head's in there, or
it
is it
seems more like a-
actually
like-
see through?
like robbers when they put pantyhose over their face to
Oh,
hide their
yeah,
identity.
nice. Yeah.
The
That's what it seems like to
opacity
me.
is down.
I mean,
a
to
little
me, it
bit.
feels more like a ski mask where he cut the holes out for his eyes in the hat.
But it's a different red. It looks like a more translucent red. Like that's
Or
it does,
maybe
yeah.
it's not translucent. Maybe it's like an extra, like it's like a different version of the helmet. So that's actually like whatever bulletproof material his helmet is made out
okay.
of, right? And then
Maybe,
they
yeah.
just added the fluff around for aesthetics.
Yeah.
Alfred was busy one night sewing.
Yeah.
Alfred stopped fiddling for
Hot
10
glue
minutes.
gun.
Alfred, you say?
Master Dick.
Alfred. I don't like top left because now you've got holes in your hat already. I don't care how snug it is or how secure it is on your head. I don't like the ventilation. That seems like it's going to tear. It seems like it's not going to last very long. Kind of like the turkey hat, guys. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the bottom left.
I think that's number 2 for me.
What's number 1?
Number 1 is the 2 tiny little
minis.
kind of hats.
Like olives on your fingers. That's what the top right is.
Or bugles.
Bugles,
Ooh.
I was always an olive on my fingers kid. Never had bugles until much later in my life.
Bugle, most fun way to eat chili.
Little tiny cones
chili
of
cones.
chili.
Yeah. Little chili cones.
Little chili cones.
Speaking of, all right. A debate broke out on Blue Sky this morning in my mentions. There are so many people. So the correct way to cut a grilled cheese sandwich is horizontally, right down the middle, not diagonally, not diagonal.
Horizontally.
Horizontally, cut that shit to where you're holding it with 2 halves, like it, not across, but where it's like it's technically a vertical cut, but it creates 2.
Okay. I was just you were saying
sides.
horizontal.
What you're saying
while-
is not the triangle, though.
No, not a fucking triangle like that. And
I
so
like the triangles.
no, it is the wrong way to eat. And the reason people are like,
Yeah,
but
what's
then you
the
get to
reasoning?
dip it in soup. Dip your fucking face in soup, okay? If you need soup for a grilled cheese to enjoy it, you got a bad grilled cheese, okay? You got a bad one. Learn how to make a grilled cheese.
But it's good for the crust part.
You should
So
have
like
been
the
eating a
crust part
sandwich
doesn't
for the
have
crust.
any cheese.
Hold on.
It's
Zach,
not uncrustable.
You went off on the dipping of the thing, but I want to hear the logic behind it being cut that way. You didn't actually give us the logic of why that's better versus the other ways.
You are getting a greater volume of melted cheese in each bite.
Okay.
If you make a proper grilled cheese sandwich,
I hear you.
and you have cheese coming out of everywhere, right? If you have cheese coming out of everywhere, as you go across the horizontal, vertical slice, whatever you want to say, if you do that, you are getting more of the melted cheese, which is the point of the grilled cheese, is the melted cheese.
True. 100%.
You're getting more of that in each bite, whether as opposed to, I've got this diagonal cut and this triangle, and I'm going to dip it in soup. Shut the you don't need tomato soup to have a good grilled cheese. You just don't.
Feel like when you have a diagonal cut that there's more crust for some reason.
Way more crust. It doubles.
Yeah.
It doubles in crust.
Yeah.
No, but you have more cheese pool section.
It doubles.
This is all nonsense.
It's science. It's science.
You have more cheese and you have more crust. So you have less cheese and more crust if you cut it diagonally, according to your science.
Correct. That's just basic science.
God damn it. Guess we gotta get grilled cheese making stuff so we can figure this shit out for real. Because I don't
You're gonna enjoy
you.
it way more. You cut that shit right down the middle.
I'm trying to think of what it's like there's gotta be some sort of geometry type equation that you can. I prefer my cheese in a binomial distribution, says Dan McLeod. That's some good jargon. Whatever that means.
I know what binomial distribution means, but I don't know.
Yeah, but explain it for Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really don't know. One more time.
Yeah. Katie can't figure out her mic. That's why she has disappeared. I'm guessing. Hopefully she comes back. She's back. Oh, and Katie, talk. No, still no. What's going on?
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
Yeah.
Have you tried unplugging it? She's
You
whistled.
just look like an idiot. Actually, this is my
Aren't you
favorite
doing
version
the
of
blowies?
Katie podcasting. Is her just not being able to figure this out, but we get to watch her try.
I want her to do it the whole show, in,
Yeah.
out, try to make it work. And then at the very end, as soon as she makes it work, boom, we're done.
Zach, does your unverified research apply only to
Unverified?
grilled cheeses, or is it
I'm
all
sorry.
sandwiches?
I think I'm a grilled cheese expert. Thank you very much. I make a perfect grilled cheese every
we
time.
need to get a second party and unbiased person to
bring
conduct
anybody
research,
into my kitchen.
audit you.
Best grilled cheese.
But I'm
We
just
need
wondering,
Katie's
is it other
opinion,
sandwiches or
honestly.
no? Is it just the
What's
grilled
that?
cheese, or is it other sandwiches? Is it all sandwiches?
It's most sandwiches are better if you don't cut it into the triangle.
For some reason,
You know what is better? A wrap. You cut that wrap at an
a
angle.
grilled cheese wrap.
Oh.
Grilled cheese wrap.
You said you know what's better, a wrap.
To
You
cut
did
it
say
at
that.
to cut.
You
no,
mean a
So if you
quesadilla?
cut the wrap straight,
no.
it's bad.
Instead of sandwich, you said,
Yes, a
"Is that all
wrap.
sandwiches?" And I said, "Oh, you know what's good at that?"
I understood what
Yes.
Zach meant. Yeah,
Because you
it made
listen.
perfect sense, ally.
Thank you.
Maze, can you separate them, please?
Yeah, I need to say this is too much.
Thank you.
I don't know how I did this to myself.
It's so
Go away.
offsides.
Go away. Down here. Much better.
Katie has chimed in the private chat with a diagonal cut.
Oh, this is
So-
Thank you,
Exactly.
Katie
Exactly.
talks now.
I rest my case. I rest my case.
I want her to
No,
just
she's
put something-
Katie's from the land of cheese. I feel like her vote should count
She's
double.
from Wisconsin.
the
California
land
cheese
of
is better.
cheese.
For some reason,
You-
I am
Do
very
you want my
opposed.
wife's response? Because I just texted
Yes.
her.
Yeah. What'd she say?
Okay. Diagonal cut.
Mhm.
So Mo has to go diagonal cut now because he's afraid
Yeah,
of
he's
his wife. But
Yeah.
yeah, but-
No, I don't. I'm gonna
Wife
be honest
says
with you.
so,
I don't
yeah.
care. I'm eating it. Bread,
In
cheese,
sickness and in health,
like, that
in
doesn't matter
sandwich
for me.
cuts
and sandwich cuts
and
and,
soup.
and all deli meats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay,
No,
I have
if you
a
cut
question.
if you
What
cut a
if-
wrap at an angle, it tastes better than if it's just a regular cut down the middle wrap.
But I agree with Zach in the sense it also gives you the starting point, right? Because you have the triangle, and the first
Yeah.
bite is always the top part right there, where you just
Yeah.
getting it's a starting point.
Mhm.
What if it's not square bread? What if it's like a long sourdough? You're still cutting that shit this way?
Well, you can't diagonal that.
How
You
you cutting
can.
that diagonally?
You can't. You can only
You-
diagonal a square or a rectangle.
Yeah.
You still cut it.
Well,
in
you can
half
cut it at
or
an angle. I
angle.
think is what she's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the angle.
No, like that. No,
That is
you having a
such a
meatball sub at a
oblong-
diagonal cut?
No, sourdough, like if you have like the traditional like round sourdough and it's sliced,
Yeah.
and then you'd use two
It's-
pieces
it's
of that.
Going down
that
the middle.
shape.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Crazy. That's crazy.
You wouldn't
You're
do
going
that
down
at
the
an
middle.
angle?
Hell no.
But then
No,
you would
it
have
doubles the
more
crust.
cheese pull. Like
It
It
when
doubles
you
doubles
the
the
crust.
crust. Yeah.
It doubles the crust.
Now it's
guys
doubling the
just
crust.
not.
It went from
doubled the
more
crust on the
crust to
grilled
doubling
cheese.
the crust.
It doubled on
Katie's
the. It doubled
It
typing.
has twice
Katie's
as much
typing.
crust when you cut it that way.
Angle. Katie just says angle.
We
Angle.
don't know.
She
She
needs.
could be talking about her favorite wrestler, Kurt Angle. We don't know what she's doing.
Favorite angle. Acute.
Today's the day that
Let's see.
Katie
Choose
became
right.
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to read. We'll have to read Katie's private chats with a
She
with
can't
a
figure
voice
out her
now.
mic. Now
I
it
guess
says
not.
she's muted.
She's given up.
Have you
I just
restarted the
unplugged that.
computer?
Yeah, restart the computer.
Oh man. All right. Welcome to the Friday mailbag. It's Friday. Katie just left.
No,
That's it.
I just want
He's
Katie.
gone.
I want this to happen the whole time. I just want us to keep throwing a different suggestion out. I want her in and out,
Yep.
trying to figure out if the mic works.
Mo wants chaos. That's what he wants, and this will be great for the recording because
that'll-
let's have a
that'll-
bunch of silent Katie tracks until she figures out the audio over and over again. Okay. So there's a bunch of questions here, of course, and as someone commented, is this just a food podcast? Is that really what we do here? We just get together and we talk about food
Oh, we
every
give all kinds
Friday?
of life advice.
And
We have
then
great life
usually
advice.
circling back to food, even our logo here has sesame chicken as an ode to Jade's
It's not a
Sesame
food
Chicken
podcast.
Boy experience.
Mhm.
It's not. That's a good way to put it.
Mm.
So Unfolded Leaf 9, Chop Chop, says, "Who's the best cook you know? Are you the best cook you know?"
Definitely not.
Oh, God.
I'm not the best cook I know, but I'm up there. I think it was like a really good cook that I know.
For me, it's. I mean, this is gonna sound.
It's
biased.
the wife.
It's
We know.
Jamie.
Mo.
No,
We know.
she's
Yeah.
amazing. No, she cooks great. It's great
That's why I
food.
locked it
I
down.
mean, yeah. I mean,
One of the
makes like
reasons.
crazy
Mo,
too.
say it louder. Say it louder
Hmm?
so she can hear.
No,
you.
she's not here. He has to
I'd
text
almost
her.
have to scream it. I'd almost have to
Yeah.
scream it because
Scream
for
it.
her to
louder.
be able
Say
to hear.
louder. Say it louder.
No, it's gonna.
Sure.
It's gonna be too loud.
Yell it
So
out. Yell it out right
you
now.
know.
Right now. Just yell it as loud as you can.
It's the devil on your shoulder.
Jamie's the best cook I know.
Now yell it. You gotta really
No,
project.
that's gonna be enough. That's about
Hey,
it.
Jamie's the best cook I know. It's like what? Like that. Like it's gotta be like that.
No,
Yes.
I'm good. We're good.
Exactly. Yell it louder so Jamie can hear it from
Jamie's
your
the
house.
best cook I know. It's gotta be like that.
She heard that, Zach. That was actually really interesting. She heard you. All the way.
I would say I'm the
Are we
best
gonna
cook
break this into categories?
of
'Cause,
my
like, you know,
friends.
it was a good
Mm.
barbecuer, Ian Carmel. Good barbecuer.
Yeah, even though he, decided to have a son instead of cooking you a turkey.
Would've been
Selfish.
nice. Yeah.
But
I do feel like it's like people tend to be a specialist of a specific type of cooking rather than just being
Yeah.
like I know some people that are good cooking some stuff, but then like they can't cook Asian food. So it's like,
for
you
sure.
know, it's like
Yeah. Like my mom's a great cook.
I was thinking
I got-
mom is the default
Yeah.
answer, but she can't cook like, American food.
Yeah. My dad's like great at frying chicken. Like my dad's fried chicken is
Specialist.
best I've
Yeah.
ever had.
I
Yeah.
He's
got-
like
I
Steve
got two
Novak. He's
friends.
the Steve Novak of
Yeah.
frying chicken.
He
Fried
does do the belt every time he cooks a piece of fried chicken.
Would you
Still
would you
got it.
consider someone who's like a sushi chef to be qualified? So like,
I think if you
Eat
do
in
one
superhero.
thing
I consider
really,
them to be
really
a
well,
superhero.
yeah,
then you
okay.
get credibility across, like your one
Other
thing
genres.
could hold
Yeah.
up against somebody who does a bunch of things decently.
Yeah. Like
Right?
I'm great at Italian food and I'm great at cooking fish. Like those are my two best specialties. Is those ones.
You make
I
pretty
got
good
two friends
onigiri.
who are phenomenal, like like cooks, like not chefs. I have two friends that are also chefs, which so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
cheating. But like I have two friends that like the amount of science they're studying they put into it, you would think they're chefs when they're making like a group dinner or whatnot. Like it always kills. It's always phenomenal. Like they go to work.
I feel like it's always the most like chaotic person that is the best chef sometimes. Like
Thank you.
I have a friend who's actually, her name is Can, and she'll like wake up in the middle of the night and like bake like a crazy like French meal and then go back to sleep. And then there's like a bunch of people that I know that are like that.
I-
They'll just like they can't fall asleep or they wake up and they just
I'm
make
pretty
full course
sure
meals.
that's called Ambien.
Yeah.
Just-
I am
Sounds about right.
I am still recovering from so
Can?
many details of that
Yeah.
that tale. Wakes up in the middle of the
Middle
night
of the night. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I
and
am
makes
too.
I
a
couldn't have
French
predicted
meal.
what the next
Yeah.
sentence was
Are
going
we
to be.
sure
if you
she's
had
not sleepwalking?
my life on the
Like,
line.
She's not sleepwalking, but it's like
For who? For herself?
for
How
like
big
so
is this meal?
And like, yeah, what
Sometimes
is
she'll
this
cook
taking?
like
Like
a-
30 minutes? Like, what do you mean go
No.
back to sleep? Like, that's what I
No,
mean.
I'm
Like,
ta-
she's cooking
I'm
a
talking,
4-hour
like-
meal and then going to sleep after that.
She's like the Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg of cooking. Just wakes up at 3
Kinda.
a.m. to like get work
But-
done.
Mark Wahlberg has like a schedule. She just does it. So like it'll be like 4 a.m. and she's like, I just made this like 18 layered chocolate cake and then that's it. Or like it's just random on days. She doesn't
she-
plan them. She just
it-
does it.
Okay. Is she operating with like a Moe's dad level pantry? How does she
Great
have all the
question.
ingredients
Great
she
question.
needs?
that's
Dude.
different.
She has like every single kitchen gadget, everything. Like and I always walk in there and I'm like, I don't know what any of this is for. Like I didn't even know what a sous vide was until like last year. So
Sous vide.
but yeah. Or sous vide, right, yeah.
I
Okay,
mean, you know my
well-
stance. The sous vide people, get over yourselves. Okay.
I don't know, man. I
You
had
gotta-
a
you gotta
sous vide
stop.
steak the other day, and it's
that don't know
amazing.
how
Sure,
to cook.
it's
Isn't
great.
it good
Like
for
sous
people
vide's
that
great,
don't know how to
but
cook? Yeah.
but
I
people
don't- I
make it
wouldn't
their
agree with-
personality like they make tacos their personality, right? Like I just
Right.
like you gotta stop. Like I get it. Sous vide's a great way to cook. There are a lot of great ways to cook.
I
But
wonder.
I don't agree with like if you don't know, like sous vide chefs use that as well. It's not people that don't know how to cook.
Yeah, because it's
just-
easy.
Yeah,
It's easy. They're pumping out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it just makes life easier in a lot of ways. In the
I
sense
was
of
just
like
always told on this podcast that it's for people that don't know how to use meat thermometers. That is not my
You're-
take. That is something that this
you're
That's
this
something
correct.
I've said.
Yeah.
Yes, I
You
mean
are correct.
it's if you want it to be exactly a temperature and you want to start the process the day before, go right ahead. I mean, like it's impossible to fuck it up. I think that's really the main thing. You're not
Yeah.
going to overcook
could.
something or
I've
undercook something.
successfully used a sous vide before. So
Emily's like, I can beat the sous vide. I can
Yeah, I
be the
could-
reverse John Henry. I can make this
Mhm.
thing not work.
Mhm. Absolutely.
It's
All
easy.
right, well, but okay,
I believe in Emily.
I'm glad we're talking about sous vides. Very. Can we go back to can?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
we're
not
not
done
doing
with
why-
can.
what is
what's
that?
the
Is that
name?
short for something or like that's not her?
Yes.
Is that her
Or is it
birth
'cause she
name?
does the
we-
can?
Yeah.
That is her
No, that's her
government
name.
name.
It's can, but with a K, not with C.
Like that's what it's on
on
her birth
her
certificate.
driver's license.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
it's
But she's
What's
Chinese.
the origin of that kind of name? Yeah, I'm curious.
She's Chinese.
I'm gonna need to see the
Cantonese.
characters.
Okay,
Because
and
if she
then
manges to cook something badly, do you say
Then
Yes,
she
what is it
can't?
still
can't?
can't?
So I love can so much, but whenever she can't do something, I do usually say can't, just for fun.
Well, don't
I
spell
don't
that
know if
can't with
she
a K.
loves you so much.
Don't. Let's get
But
into a dangerous.
can usually can, so I don't have that problem usually.
and why
Maybe can
is
can't
it
sleep.
that you're taking Can's midnight cooking adventures and generalizing that to most of the best cooks I know are off, chaotic.
No, it's true because like I have another friend who does the same thing, but he bakes and he
In the middle of the
like,
night,
get up
just wakes
in the
up in the
middle of
middle
the
of the
night.
night.
That's crazy
so
because
his
you have to
family
like
will wake
wait
up
for
to,
that
like-
oven to like. You could fall asleep so easily.
Preheat, or if you're
How you
sometimes
burn
out
having to
the
wait for the
chicken.
dough for like 20 minutes
Yeah,
to
you
do
gotta prove
something,
it.
or like there's
I
so
don't
many
know.
different things.
You gotta wait for
It's-
Paul
I think
Hollywood to
it's-
come in and.
I think
judge
it's
it.
mood inspired. You know what I mean? Like it's like they just suddenly get inspired and then they just have to do it. Or if they're up, they're like, I might as well just do this, right?
Hmm.
I don't know.
The,
I just I found the best tasting food that I've had has been made by
By
that
chaotic
methodology.
people.
Yeah.
by people in the middle of the night.
Middle of the night, yeah. It's
Uh-huh.
so you're saying even reheated, it tastes good.
And you're just
Yeah.
there.
Huh?
You're just there.
Well, Emily wakes up because she
Mhm.
can sense that
They
five-layer
like the bat
chocolate
signal.
cake is being made.
Yeah.
And then
Good
she
point,
finds
yeah.
her way to the cake for breakfast.
Just
Of course.
just
Right.
standing in front of the front door with like a bowl and a spoon.
Right. Yes.
ready.
If my dad is listening, he will be upset that I haven't mentioned that he's a very good cook. I know him. So I have to say that
Aw.
he's probably
Okay.
the best cook I know.
Walter.
But the reason that I brought this question to the fore is because I have met Chef Eric Ajapong, who is the new co-host of
Oh.
Pack Your Knives promo.
PYK.
Tom and Eric had a podcast they recorded at a studio in New York that came out today. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on the Pack Your Knives feed. It's going to be a very interesting new season of Top Chef where we have Chef Eric Ajapong, who was a competitor on Top Chef,
Mhm.
actually describing what it's like to be on the show, as well as providing his criticism of the dishes that are made. So check
Watch
that out.
it as soon as we're done here. I'm firing it up.
And he's just a cool dude who loves the Knicks a lot and loved Basketball Illuminati and was very
Mm.
excited to meet me. So I was
Oh,
stunned by
nice.
that. But I would say he has to be the best chef I know. I hope. If there's somebody who's better than Eric
Yeah, I mean, I've never
Ajapong-
had I've never
has
had
been
his food,
proven.
but I'm sure Chef Reactions is a great chef, right? Like
That too, yeah.
yeah.
Let's put them up there on the top
Yeah.
tier. Our friends
You know-
of the shows.
My ex-girlfriend in Minneapolis, she was a phenomenal cook. Like could do like everything, like French food, Mexican food, Asian food, everything. Like she was just a great cook. Yeah.
Did it make it harder for you to break up with her? Or I'm assuming that you broke up with her
I did.
because you wouldn't get that cooking anymore.
I can find a meal if you know what I mean, Emily.
He asked her to kind of pack some of the food though before he left.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
Little doggy
this is
bag.
over, but those
Can I
fish
get that to
tacos you
go,
make, like,
or-
yeah,
yeah.
I'd take that to go if you don't mind.
Meal prep
I was-
style. I'll FedEx the Tupperware back to you.
I did laugh a little bit at Amin's question about baking on the Cinephobe pod.
Dude,
He's
it's
an
never
entire
been more
idiot.
obvious that he has never picked up a spatula in his life.
He is
anything like
such an idiot.
Besides a fork, I don't think he's ever really been in the kitchen. Like I don't.
Yeah, he's seriously like the dumbest smart person I know.
That's about.
Because he is a very smart person, but he's an idiot.
It's pretty amazing to make it as far as he had in life with probably never cooking.
I mean,
I-
what do you
I-
think? So, like, do you think he's
The
made
last thing he cooked,
spaghetti?
he's
I just
probably
mean boil some
water.
noodles. Yeah,
thrown-
boil
yeah.
some noodles.
I'll bet you Georgia
A
Tech
jar of
days
sauce.
he's
heat it
like-
I
up,
bet he's made a
maybe.
sandwich.
made ramen,
I
made.
don't know if he has the patience for a sandwich.
I'm sure he's
I don't know if he has
boiled
the
noodles
patience to
and
wait for the
dumped,
water to boil.
Yeah,
dumped the the most basic Prego sauce.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's done that. And he's
do
probably
you think he knew to heat up the sauce?
No.
no.
He just dumped it on the noodles cold.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because then you
Well,
think
yes.
that the residual heat from the noodles will warm
Right,
up
it's
the
gonna heat up
sauce.
the sauce.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
That would be
Maybe
my guess.
microwaved it.
yeah.
And then maybe he microwaved it.
You know what's
bet
a
Amin's
good
big
jar
microwave
sauce?
guy.
Yeah, oh, big time. Yeah. Have you guys ever had that truffle sauce? Like it's overpriced and everything, but that's a good jar sauce.
The truff.
Yeah,
the truff.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
it.
yeah, truff.
I've
yeah.
seen it,
Not.
but I've not.
It's
pulled the
really
trigger.
good. The hot sauce is actually good too.
I was waiting for
but
someone that I
it's-
actually knew to say that it's good before actually trying it.
It is, but
was
it's like I mean,
heavily
it's not
online,
worth
yeah.
it's not worth the price. Like it's
Oh,
so
yeah, because isn't it like
overpriced.
$16 for like a
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
super expensive. So
thing?
like you'll
It's
you'll
a $170
$170
turkey situation.
you'll get it and be like, yeah, this was good, but I would never buy this again. because of the
Yeah,
price.
it's like
So
this was 2
crazy.
bites, but
In
yeah.
order to actually make it worth it, it has to be so good
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
to an absurd degree.
I also just think making your own sauce is super quick and easy.
Depends
Like,
on the
you
sauce.
can do it.
and-
You can do an elaborate one, but like I don't think you need like you just need some contents, some coconut milk, and some tomato paste, and that'll do it every time. Like it's super easy to make your own sauce.
But Eden, the question that Amin asked, because it came up in a Hallmark movie that we did for Cinephobe, was,
Fuck yeah,
oh, is there a difference between baking and cooking?
that was the
Oh
question.
no! Oh no! Even
It's like, yeah,
even-
cooking you can do anything. Baking
Yeah,
you have
baking
to
is
like
exact science.
to the
Yeah.
morsel. It has to be
Now
fresh.
I know what the difference between baking and cooking is, but pretend that I'm someone who's never cooked or baked. Can you briefly break down how both of those work and
Maze,
how they're different?
Maze and I could not have like exasperately answered his question quick enough. Like we were both
Actually,
just like
It was.
yeah,
It was with
You
a
guys
difference.
sounded so patient.
That was
I thought he
editing.
was setting us up for a joke.
I
It's
thought,
like,
I thought
okay.
you guys were gonna like break it down to like, no, there's these things called ingredients. Do you know what ingredients are?
Now, have I told you guys that's because that's my dad's thought process too, similar to me, is thinking it's the same. Have I told you when he tried to make bread during the
Oh
pandemic?
no!
I bet it went great.
What happened?
It was, we were in full on
Tried is an
You
incredible
know
word.
when you put too much like detergent in a dishwasher and then it's just a room full of suds.
So my dad, it kind of was like that. My dad sees some sort of recipe on YouTube or whatever, and you know, I walk into the kitchen, and he's trying to knead the dough, but it is stuck to his hands.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like it is soggy. It is not dough-like looking. I walk in just going like, what are you doing? And he's just like, and it's stuck. Like he's literally trying to get it. It's a big glob, and his hands are like stuck. Like we had to cut him out. Like it was a
Oh my God.
situation.
Jaws of
And I
life.
asked
He's got peanut butter in his hair style.
like it was comical.
He got gum
And
in
I
his
asked
hair.
him, I'm like, where did you get the recipe and stuff? And he's like, oh, I saw this on. I said, okay.
He watched a TikTok and thought he could just
No.
throw stuff into a bowl.
This is it has nothing to do with the recipe. The recipe might have been perfectly fine. I don't know. It was when he heard cup of water, he went and got a glass of cup. A glass of cup.
He
cup
didn't
of
realize
water.
that a cup was a measurement.
And I turned to him, I pull out the measuring cup. You need to use this. Baking is not an I go, baking's not, that's what I explained to
cup
him.
of water,
Baking's
and
not
it's
the
just
same
like
as cooking.
this like
Yeah.
one
You
cup
can't
of
you
water.
can't sort
Yeah.
of just say it's exactly what Zach said.
Yeah.
Cooking, you I'm gonna throw a little more salt in there, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you have to do exactly what it
He's
says.
just got this big gulp that he cleaned once and left in the cupboard.
Yeah,
Like he's
it's-
like,
36
And let me tell
episodes.
you this part. He wasn't done. He decided to throw it in the oven and see.
Oh,
what
I was
would happen.
hoping. I was hoping we would
God.
go to
I
the
might
oven.
as well.
God, yeah.
No. He
See what
came
happened.
out completely awful. Then 2 days later, or I've just told him, I'm like, you need to throw that away. 2 days later, I walk into the kitchen and he's like, I have an idea. And he's boiling the bread that he made and trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And I look at him and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, I think this will save it. And I'm like, okay. And then
And
I
it
walked
did.
by a few
Yeah, it
hours
turns
later
out
in
it
the
did. Yeah.
kitchen. The funnier part was he looks at me and he goes, I think I failed. I said, no, you failed 4 days ago. Like, whenever you
You
decided
didn't
to
call
do
it though.
this.
You
No,
know,
you
had
didn't
to-
call it.
you
Yeah,
had to
no time of death
keep
yet.
hope.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll come around.
Time of breath.
Yeah. Now he's
Aw.
gotten a little bit better with trying to bake. It's still not where it needs to be.
So
but
he's gotten
he's
better
improved.
than 4 days later. I'm going to try to boil this bread to see if I can save it.
Yeah. I was just like, why is this still here? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Was it even like crouton acceptable?
No, it wasn't
Aw.
edible at all. It wasn't.
Oh.
I had to cut him out of the dough. Like,
Yeah, but then it's
there
dough.
is-
It's not dough with.
No, there. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was dough. Whatever, like comic book villain is made out of, that's kind of like squishy and kind of can absorb stuff.
Sandman.
That's him.
Yeah.
The
Sandman.
Sandman. It was.
I
it was-
love. I haven't done this, but Arthur Mueller's comment there. I've got to start doing this. I got to start reading those comments. I bet they are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They
I
have
like
to be.
baking, but baking to me is too stressful. Right?
Mhm.
Like because I'm not like I can bake a couple of things pretty well. But I'm not that experienced as a baker. I just know what I know. I've never tried to make bread or anything like that. Because the idea of like getting the dough right does kind of like intimidate me a little bit. But with cooking, you really can just like freestyle and do like some things they have to be like
Yeah, I
pretty
think
precise,
baking-
but
And
for the
meal
most part,
will-
like you can kind of play around with flavors and stuff in a way
Well-
that I feel like with baking, like you get that one shot and you're like, oh, this needed more whatever.
Yeah.
And now you got to go through the whole process again.
Right. There's
Is
two
it-
things.
yeah.
I think baking, you need to do a couple tests.
Yeah.
And those tests are not edible necessarily,
Right.
or not
right.
enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you need to probably, if you want to get really good at baking something, you probably need to bake it 3 to 5 times at minimum.
Right. Yeah.
And you just
But
have
that
to be
feels
willing
like
to
so much
burn
food
those
waste.
things.
Yeah.
It
it's a
is.
lot of
Right.
food
It is.
waste.
Yeah.
Whereas if you cook
I just keep
and you
eating.
get something that's kind of off, or like you experiment and the experiment doesn't totally work, you can still eat it. And you
Yeah.
eat it and then you just
It's-
try again the next time.
It's why the parts of the Great British Bake Off where they will like be halfway through whatever activity they've got to do. They look at it and they're like, that's not good enough. I got to remake this.
Yeah.
It's stress. I'm like, what do you mean
Yeah.
you're going to remake the whole thing?
It's like
Yeah,
that
and
scene in
then-
the bear
and
when
then
he's
make
just
it-
That's
when
crazy.
And
he's
they make it
dumping
again
tray
for,
after
like, 30
tray
minutes.
after
Yeah.
tray of
And I'm like,
beautiful pork chops and
I'm like,
tenderloin into the
that's
trash.
insane. And then they do it, and it's like, and it works out. I'm like, that's crazy
Yeah.
to me that worked out in that way.
It's like, oh, I have 16 minutes left. I'm just going to start over. And
I'm
then
just gonna
like,
start this dough over. I'm like, what?
That's insane. Yeah, that idea of just like Start
I
it
love
all
that
over.
show.
That's
I
my
love that
favorite
show.
part. Yeah.
Is when they fuck up.
No, is when they pivot. They have to pivot.
Yeah.
And they pull it off, and I'm like, it's a miracle.
The part that drives me crazy is when they help each other. Oh, that bothers me.
Because they're British. And they're
Yeah,
kind.
they're just like, hey, could you lend me a hand? Or they're like, do you need a hand? Do you need me to help decorate? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You're in a competition.
I don't mind it when they help each other. I don't
Sabotage.
like it
That's
when
when you
they
gotta
give each other
sabotage.
emotional
Have to.
support.
I don't like the emotional support either.
Yeah,
Get outta
I'm
here.
like, it's
We're
a
enemies.
competition.
We're enemies for these 10 weeks. Get out of here.
It would be the if I was giving the emotional support, it'd be the most kind of like subtle, like sandbagging kind of way though. Of like, oh, how did that make you feel? Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah,
should
just be
cry
like-
it
I'd be
out
like,
more. You should.
Yeah, you'll probably finish. I think I'll be fine.
You can probably
the
get
most-
it done.
Oh, you're
It'd be the
gonna.
most unhelpful emotional
Yeah.
advice you can give. To just
Oh, that's how you're gonna make the caramel. Okay.
You mean you're not starting over?
Mezcal,
You have
you
like
say.
20 minutes left.
I did like this one show, which will not be mentioned because I think it got canceled, but where they would try to bake something without knowing the recipe, and whoever could make it close enough to what they were actually trying to make was good.
I
And
do
I was
like that
like-
about the technical challenge on GG or GBBO is when like they don't have it's just like make the dough and they're like I don't like that's very broad, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like when it, but somehow they all end up doing it correctly, even when they're like I've never had this before, I don't know.
Yeah.
Years of practice making doughs, unlike
And
most
throwing
dad.
shit away.
Throwing it in the trash. All right.
Dough's dad.
Paul Mooney's Blobbo wine pouch. Would you rather have world record sized hands or world record sized feet, but everything else about you is the same?
Oh,
Are they talking about big or small?
hands.
Ooh,
Hands,
that's
no
that's
question.
it's got to be big, but I do like the idea of world record small as a counter to this question. It's something I hadn't even considered. The world's smallest hands. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's just that Kristen Wiig character as like the
Yeah.
fourth sister.
Oh
Like,
my God. And married.
hands, no question, because just getting in and out of cars can be real problematic with feet.
I was
Just
gonna say
finding shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes. If you
And
had like
just
size,
the
But even then, like if
49
you get,
shoes.
but like, all right, now you're on a plane. You've got size 24 feet.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like that's crazy.
Walking upstairs, you probably like
frying
not even
pan
be able to put your
hands.
foot on the whole stair. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do it at an angle.
If it like sideways or something like weird sort
Yeah.
of
Only walk on your tiptoes. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have knees
Yeah.
your
like Kenny
calves would be
Smith.
insane. If
But
that
you
were the
wouldn't be
case,
able
though.
to play certain sports, I think. So like if you like anything like golf or whatever, like your hands would wrap around the golf club like 3 times, basically.
Yeah,
you
with
know what I
with
mean?
the feet, you could tee off your feet, tee off your shoes. You know.
People were saying in the Discord like hands because then you could be like good at catching or playing basketball.
Not
good blocking.
necessarily.
I don't think it, I
Rudy
think
They're too
Gobert,
big, though?
massive hands. They're
Not
frying
good
pans.
catching.
I think your
Yeah.
sports are hindered in either case. I think you have to adapt to your massive hands or feet either way.
Because we're talking bigger than Kawhi, bigger than Giannis.
We're talking the
If
biggest
you're a-
period.
Yeah.
I'll just say this:
Or the
if
smallest.
you could be a soccer
Or the
goalie
smallest.
with the big hands, because you don't have to catch the ball, but you need to be able to knock it and bat it
I
down.
think there's
That's
an
a bigger-
aerodynamics
bigger
issue
ring.
though.
No,
like I don't
actually,
think you're as.
if you're a goalie,
That's
that
what
might
you're
be
saying.
good. Oh.
Yeah,
Steve Martin.
Yeah, but what if you're a goalie?
Steve Martin was a goalie.
I just thought you said soccer.
Man, a hockey goalie. I think a hockey goalie would be the best possible situation for
Well,
world size.
You would have to
large
have
hands.
supersized gloves.
Yeah. Well, let's
It'd
just say
be-
you
So
have.
you'll take up more
you're-
space. Yeah. Like,
You're literally like the puck is like a fraction of the size
Again,
of your hand now. You just
I mean,
got
I'm sure
two
you're.
butterfly wings flapping around out there blocking pucks.
I'm sure your body adjusts and everything, but I do think there is a bit of a physics issue of moving your hands in a quick enough manner when they're that. So you're like, oh, you just be a goalie or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it's just as easy as like now I
Well,
have big hands and I block everything. You
Let's
know,
Well,
say that you're born
your
with
hand-eye
it,
coordination would have to be insane.
and it's
Yeah.
not Maybelline. And let's say that your arms are stronger because they've been carrying around these big ass hands your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but again, like it doesn't necessarily guarantee you. Like there are people with big hands who can't do shit athletically.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
let's
maybe
say
it's
that
not nimble. Like you're not playing the piano. You're just going like this.
Oh,
you know, like
couldn't play a piano.
It's
I-
way too much.
Or
I
could you?
understand that it would probably be reduced, but let's say that your hand-eye coordination is
What-
roughly what it is now,
Okay.
but your hands are bigger.
Well, then I have great hand-eye coordination, so like
Yeah.
that's gonna be fine for me. But
Yeah.
again, I
same.
still think there's an issue with moving those things.
Just gravity,
Yeah.
moving it,
Yeah.
friction, air
Now-
Too
friction.
much drag.
Emily
Yep.
Emily brings me
Mhm.
to an interesting. Do you think you would be better at the piano with the world's biggest hands or the world's smallest hands?
big, because I have small hands and it's really hard for me to try to play a piano.
What if you're quicker because you have the
If you-
tiny hands and now
if
you
you
can
had-
like move all over?
No, because
Is it-
I feel like if it's that small, you'd have to like do like basically pecking, but
What-
just with
what if-
your little.
What if
paw
it's a
hands.
baby grand piano?
Maybe. If they scale
But-
it to
Do you
your
get it?
hand size, yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
World
whole
records,
question-
small
setup to
hands
say
or
that.
feet
That whole question is
Is-
just a setup for the baby grand piano joke.
is incredibly tough.
And I
If
want
you have
Mace to
tiny
acknowledge it
feet, I'm not
Instead of
acknowledging
just-
it. If you have tiny feet, you're tipping over. You can't balance if your feet are world record small and you're
Yeah.
trying to walk around. Like
No,
you
man,
will
that's
have
way
no
too
mobility.
hard. Yeah.
But tiny world record tiny hands, you're having a lot of trouble doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just holding
I
a
agree.
fork.
Holding
Typing,
anything.
Thing's got to
holding a
feel like a
fork.
monster shovel.
Shaking hands. Every time you have to shake hands with someone, that's a conversation you have to address.
Even a
Whereas if
fist bump is a weird.
it is weird.
With a little tiny hand? You kidding me?
You can't be
can't
a
be
goalie
like-
anymore.
Pumping a baby every time. It'd be so awkward. It's like
Or you just wear, you wear fake hands like
Yeah.
Uncle Jack and
Yeah,
It's
pretty
Always Sunny.
much. Pretty much. You
Just
have to
get-
get,
get
the
gloves
whole
that are
gloves.
bigger hands. Normal
It's
size
over there.
hands.
Nobody look.
Arthur Mueller asks, are your fingers longer or are they also thicker? Oh,
No, I feel like
But-
they're just regularly proportioned. Like
everything. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
your hand, but it's
just supersized.
the
so
whole
everything's
thing
the
is
same.
scaled up 100% or 50% or whatever it is.
Right.
Man, I think I would have to go world record for both small and large. I think I would have to go hands. I don't think don't
Collins
think the feet
sent
would
this
help.
link, and it said that this guy wore a size 25 ring. The man who had the big 25
seems-
ring.
kind of badass. But I think also
That's a
to go
fucking
back to
tire.
what
That's
to go back to what
huge.
you were saying, Zach, of like
The
you know,
baby grand piano?
coordination and drag
Oh.
and stuff.
I mean,
I think
this-
the only way you get world record size hands is if they are freakish to a degree, and they're
Yeah,
not
you're probably right.
proportional, and they're
You're
not.
probably right.
They're not
Yeah.
just your
So-
hands, but bigger.
Yeah.
I
But
feel
just
like-
thinking of the. Sorry, go ahead, Emily.
Oh no, you go, Mo.
No, please.
Too polite.
you-
Somebody talk.
somebody just
This
talk.
is good
Yeah.
podcasting.
Jesus
No, I was
Christ.
gonna say I feel like dudes with big hands, I mean the large hands, you guys could get away with it better. But if like a person of my size had like that size hand, it would look insane.
It'd be a
What
little bit
about the
different.
feet though, Emily? Like I think you're in a tough situation either way. Like
God,
you,
especially
Yeah.
if you're not into feet, that's just gonna be awful.
if you had
No.
like
Oh,
size
yeah.
26 feet,
That'd be.
See,
like what?
and I guys, I messed up
Like,
because I
what?
did not ask my
They're as long as she's
manicurist.
tall. She's just an
Yeah.
L. Like it's just
She's a right angle walking around. A hard
forgot
90
to-
degrees.
Would it cost me more to get a pedicure though is the question, right? And
It better.
I forgot to ask my manicurist if I had 6 fingers on each hand how much she would charge me. So I gotta ask her both questions next time I go back now.
Wow, that's
Better
tough.
write these down.
Yeah, I know.
Next time you go pull up a list of questions for your manicures.
Yeah.
Okay, so
hold the fucking. All right, I'm sorry. I got to interrupt with this. A radio producer just texted me asking if I'm available at 6:35 Eastern.
well, yeah, well, you'll be up baking a cake.
That's nuts.
Can's free.
Even if I was East Coast, that's nuts.
6:30 Eastern is yeah.
Eastern at AM?
That's when people
Oh.
listen to the radio, right?
Drive time.
Morning drive time on the East
Yeah.
Coast.
That's rough. Yeah, no is the answer to that.
Yeah.
Must have been the easiest text you ever
Usually
sent.
just it's usually just not a text back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why bother? All right, our friend Bonk's Adventure is back. Bonk's Adventure says a concerning question from the boy this week. Would you rather have your mind transferred to a lifelike android in this world or uploaded to a virtual world? So this is straight
It's
out
like
of
the
Black
Matrix.
Mirror. This is
Yeah,
literally
Black
two
Mirror, yeah.
different Black Mirror episodes. So shout out to
Mhm.
Bonk's Adventure's
How old is
child.
this kid?
Yeah, what?
Unrelated. Anybody know a good therapist for a 12-year-old?
12 is. That's
Yo, I
young
was
for these
trying at
questions,
that
man.
unrelated.
So mind transferred to a lifelike android is like the I'll Be Back episode with Donald Gleason where the wife loses her husband and then she gets the robot replacement. Or uploaded to a virtual world to San Junipero, which is the Mackenzie Davis, I think is her name, and she's running around the perfect idyllic virtual reality situation.
I think I'm going Android.
Do people know you're an android, or can you pass as a human?
I don't think it matters, at least for me. I don't think that would affect my. The idea of being like uploaded into a cloud. That
seems weird.
But you don't know that you are though.
Don't
right?
you? Oh wait, you
Do you? Don't
you?
you?
Don't. Oh, welcome
Like
to
you're
Oh, that's amazing.
you might be conscious, but like that but it's just like a very like dreamlike situation, and it feels real, right? Like it's just like you're living in a really long extended dream.
Yeah,
it's not lucid, but it
sounds like a nightmare to me.
I'm gonna go uploaded to a virtual world because transferred to an android would essentially be extending the current existence, slightly altered. Maybe you wouldn't like get sick or stuff like that, but you'd just be doing more of the same for longer. Transferred to or uploaded to a virtual world, it theoretically could be a different
world,
design, something crazier that you could do. San Junipero
in a different
is
simulation,
like, whatever you can imagine, you can go seek out. So that's my
It doesn't
feels
feel
a
like,
little. I'm not in control though. I don't like.
Yeah.
It also feels like it's never going to
You're in
end.
control in the
Are
Android?
you in control with the Android? Because what if
of
that
course
becomes
you are.
sentient? What if it becomes
your
sentient
battery
and
runs
starts
Then I
to,
become
like,
a god. Are you kidding me? Then I'm 2 for 1. I'm killing people. I'm starting a revolution if I'm sentient.
But is it you anymore, Zach?
It doesn't matter. We're king.
Me and my android consciousness, we're taking over this shit.
There's your title right there. Yeah, I don't like the idea because I think I have a better chance of being in control of the android than I do of.
I think
controlling
either
this
way,
sentient or this cloud, right?
The
like
plug
this,
could be pulled, right?
Here's hoping.
They could.
Yeah.
The server that's running the virtual world could be powered off. The android
if I do
could be deactivated.
figure out that I'm in an let's say I don't know and I figure out I'm in an android. Now things get interesting. Now I really start testing the limits of this android.
Okay, so
I know
what would
the
be
limits of
first
my
thing
body
that
now.
you do?
That's
Can
first thing I do.
Yeah.
I'd go rob a bank.
What?
No, your first thing you're going to do is go to the coffee shop.
No, I think would be my answer. Yeah, we got to work on that improv. We got the no but is just not. I mean, improved improv is not good improv.
Can you
I
paint a
would go try to
picture for
punch a
me?
hole because I'm an android, right? Like I'm a robot. I've got super strength. I just didn't know it.
Can you paint a picture for me of how you would become an android but not know?
I think that's a situation where you have a near-death experience, right?
Right.
You're knocked out, you're blacked out, whatever, and then you just wake up and they've transferred you in, but you don't know. Like you think that
you've
look like
and you've just been in a coma.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, if you're the doctor and you don't want me to know I'm an android, that's exactly what you say. Hey, you were in a coma for 5 years. We have a woman president now. Like whatever. Like it would be.
So we're in the virtual world as a
Bro,
robot?
we have was the way you said it.
Well, it's from Horrible Bosses too.
Don't know. Let Eden live in the ignorance that you invented that joke. I like that.
An honest podcaster. Look,
Oh my god.
says it right there.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, I think I would once I know I'm a
Honest
robot.
android.
I would try to go punch a hole through a
wall.
bank vault.
Oh.
Yeah.
During the day, just walk right through during the day.
Fuck yeah! What are they
Don't
gonna
mind
do? I'm a goddamn monster.
I like
talking about?
I like the Zach figures out he's an android montage where he goes around
Zach, are
testing
you
the
sure you're
limits
not
of
an
his
android?
abilities.
Punch the wall now. Maybe you are an android.
There's only one way to find
Good
out.
point.
Mo's right.
Good point. Let's get this security deposit wiped out.
Eden, did you pick one
They're
here?
gonna try to steal that from you.
That's true.
anyways.
They are going to.
That
These
building?
motherfuckers.
Android or
Oh,
virtual
God.
world, Eden?
I think I'm going virtual world. I think androids are uncanny. Like I find them. I've watched too many sci-fi and android shows, I think, and
Same. That's why I'm doing it.
yeah. It's difficult. Like both have their pros and cons, but I feel like I would rather because the android is in this world still, right?
Yes.
So it's like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I'm with Maze where I'm like in the virtual world you could be programmed to go somewhere like experience a completely different existence, but the android is relegated to
But all right.
here.
Let me ask a question about that though. You don't know you're in a virtual world, right? So just
Or who
all of a sudden
controls
it.
all of a sudden it's like I'm a banker. This android just punched a hole through the vault. Like, how do I handle this instead of
But I could punch a hole through the vault in the virtual world too,
you don't
right?
know? Well,
You've
no, I
added
don't
this
know.
wrinkle that you don't know. That is a Zach Harper
I'm asking.
addition. In my mind, I'm presented with like this is a red pill, blue pill situation, and
So
you're
you
actively
know.
making a choice.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're saying I want to listen to Joe Rogan.
Yes, red pill, red pill. Do you want to listen to Joe Rogan as
Or
an
do you want to
android,
listen to or do
or do you want to listen to Joe
God.
Rogan in the virtual world?
pull the fucking plug?
Yeah, I know.
But in my mind, it's a choice that you are making, and you know.
Interesting.
I think
Yeah.
if you wake up in the virtual world, it's literally just it's
You wouldn't
now you're
know,
into
right?
simulation theory. It's the Matrix, and you're wondering like, is
But it has to be
was the
close to
last one
your
a virtual world? Is this a virtual
right. It has to be
world?
close to your personal reality, though, right? Before
Does
you
it?
get into the.
Well, do you get to control it? Because
Well, then how would you know that you're?
what if they
oh,
put you
I
in a
don't-
shitty one?
Good question. Yeah. What
That's
if
the
they,
thing,
what if now
people-
you're in Cleveland?
Yeah, for eternity.
Mm-hmm. And
Like,
you're one of
what
those
if
people
you
like
don't-
I'm never moving.
What if you're an android in Cleveland? I mean, like what?
Yeah, what
hole
if you're an
through it.
You have to
android?
keep
in
it-
Cleveland?
Punch a
You
hole
just
through the Rock and
run.
Roll Hall of Fame.
Here.
You just run west.
Can't stop.
Any direction's gonna be better.
In a virtual world, you end up keep coming back to the same spot. You're screwed.
Yeah.
I'm going with Android.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
All right, so Zach and Mo are androids. Me and Eden are going to the virtual world. Emily, what's your final answer? Split the tie.
Oh, I mean, I am also a control freak, so I'm going Android.
You have to. Yeah.
Wow, 3
I don't
to
like
2
the idea of not being in
android.
control.
Hmm
I don't like that idea.
It's a-
That's
It's a control thing.
yeah.
For sure.
And you're in control of your android body because
I'm the brain.
But what
Right?
if it
There's-
becomes sentient and starts to fight back?
What if someone
Again,
has a
then we're
remote?
king.
What if someone has a
I got a chance of
directional
altering that.
control
I got a chance
Okay.
of altering that.
by punching
Yeah.
through
By punching
the
through
wall.
a bank vault.
By punching through the wall where the remote is kept.
I don't know why I'm a
Exactly.
super villain now, but I just
Yeah,
am.
I
Like,
know.
Yeah, you
I'm a
it's your
Spider-Man
nature,
villain
Zach.
now.
It's
yeah.
your nature, Zach.
I'm an android. That's the first thing I'm doing. Just
Yeah.
wall punching left and
Yeah.
right. Got it. And sorry, Bonk's Adventure. Don't know a good therapist for a 12-year-old, but I love it.
Someone say I
Personally,
have the
this
mind
seems
of a
great.
12-year-old. So I'll hook you up with my therapist, Carol. She's great.
Personally, it seems like your child is feeding us incredibly
Yeah.
valuable
Killing it,
mailbag
yeah.
questions and has a very informed imagination that I
Your
respect.
kid produces the mailbag like I produce Basketball Illuminati.
Executive
Yeah.
producer. All right, a confidence man, flag of Haiti. That is Jerry.
Are we calling this kid Bonks Jr.?
Bonks Jr.
Yeah.
Like Blabo
Baby
Jr.
bonk.
Baby bunks.
Jerry, says that the most overrated city he has traveled to was Los Angeles. Jerry had a bad time in LA. It seems
I
like
could see how you could have a weird time in LA where it's like not what you hyped
Yeah.
it up to be.
And
Anyone
especially if
can
you like
go.
go visit LA and
That's
realize
any
you have to
city.
spend all your time sitting in a car, like, and you know, if you didn't,
And the hotels
kind of
suck. The hotels are
Traffic's
expensive.
everywhere. You go to Miami, traffic's awful. Fucking like the traffic's bad in a lot of
Miami's
places.
the worst traffic I've ever experienced.
Yeah,
by
like
far.
it's and the worst drivers. God, good lord, the number of people they almost hit just crossing the street when they have the crosswalk. You know,
but that's just Miami.
yeah, no, but it's just like
I'm not
in
insured,
general,
so I
it's
don't
like,
care. Like I'm just.
But like I get you can have a bad time in any city if you whatever you're not sure where to go, whatnot, and things.
I mean,
And LA's tough.
If you're talking, expensive hotels, like New York's expensive as fuck.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, but
and the rooms are tiny,
yeah,
And
but
it's tiny,
if you go to like
literally this big.
if you're going to New York, you can go to other areas of New York and get like a decent one for a little bit
you
less.
could do
And
that
you can
in LA.
You could find good hotels in LA
Yeah.
with if you do that.
But then you
Yeah.
have to
but then
deal
you have
with
to
way
take like
more
a
traffic.
yeah, or
right?
take like a 50-minute Uber ride to get anywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
because
it's-
anything downtown is ass right off. Like when I
Oh,
looked,
downtown's
it was
terrible.
either-
Yeah, you
It
don't.
was like
yeah.
$900 or it was a crack motel.
No, downtown's gone
Sometimes
off
the
the rails.
crack motels are
with
$900 too.
Right.
It's just
celebrity
But
ones.
it includes
And,
crack.
the celebrity crack motels.
No, the problem with downtown has gone downhill since the pandemic. Like it
No,
was getting
okay.
pretty cool when I lived there. It was beginning to become up and coming.
It was
and
actually
cool.
like starting to become like the arts
It-
district and all that shit, right? Like
yeah, it was
starting
really
to,
becoming really cool and great restaurants and all that stuff.
yeah.
Now all those places have kind of spread out to Silver Lake, Echo Park, and a little further west in that regard. Like you have to stay downtown for work. It sucks because it's just you're in a tough position. But like ultimately, if you're coming to just visit LA, like there's a lot of places to be able to go to in LA. You just have to do the research properly and know where you want to go and whatnot. If you just go in here thinking I'm going to figure it out when
Drop
I'm here,
a dot,
kinda,
like drop a pin, and you're gonna.
yeah,
you
you're
gotta-
screwed. You have to actually have a plan when you come to LA.
Yeah.
Matt
I don't know
Ryan
that we need to. I don't know that we need to
No.
lance Michigan off of the U.S. That's
is interested in
extreme.
Lansing, Michigan, according to
I'll
Matt
probably
Ryan.
be there at some point when USC plays Michigan State.
You sound excited about it.
well,
sounds
it
cold
involves
already.
watching USC football, which
Sounds cold. Well, USC
Awful.
football's already pain, but like
Yeah.
it just sounds cold. It
now you're
just
gonna
sounds
add. Now you're
cold.
gonna add 10 degrees to it. Like
Yeah, it's just gonna be cold.
Robert Strickle is
Oh.
out here spreading lies that there's no traffic in San Francisco. That's not true, my man.
Fucking, there was
Don't-
traffic in Denver when I went for the finals. Like there's just traffic everywhere.
Depends where you're trying to go and when you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always going to be
Yeah,
traffic.
yeah.
Just about anywhere. But he did
but,
take
like,
his
so-
kids to the Nutcracker. The Magic Toy Maker Man was ass off. The Nutcracker was in danger of not happening because there was a labor dispute. I guess they solved it for Robert and his
Oh.
family.
Okay.
Wait. So what's the question? Like a city that
Most
you, that just
overrated
did not
city.
live
Overrated
up-
city that you visited. Yeah.
Overrated.
I mean, for me, the first time I went, it was New York for sure. Like when I went as an adult, I was like, this is very hyped, and it wasn't the right fit for me. I don't know if that's necessarily like falls into overrated, but when I went to a shitload of cities in a row, that was the one where I was like, this is gonna be cool,
Oh,
and then it wasn't as cool as I thought it was gonna be or hoped. Whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Maybe the
Matt
first time I
Ryan.
went to
Yeah,
Chicago. Maybe
always
the first. Yeah.
I kind of
Probably.
agree. I think that was the one that popped into my head too, because like I feel like
Yeah.
Chicago just has a bunch of big chain stuff, and it's all like localized in one place, but it's all like just chain restaurants, like chain
Yeah.
everything, like chain shopping. Like nothing is
Like-
unique to Chicago. They're just like it's just everything is localized in that one Mall of America space. But I mean, there's like a museum or two that's nice.
It
but I just-
also
not
like
much
that. Like New
character.
York. I don't think. Like obviously, New York in the winter isn't great, but you can still have a great time in the winter in New York. Chicago in the winter, that's rough. Like
No.
spring and fall, Chicago's amazing. Winter and like the dead of summer, I'm just no, thank you.
The thing for me with Chicago is like you kind of have to really sort of explore the outside areas. Like there's
But then
more
that's not,
stuff
is that even
kind of-
Chicago then? Like,
Yeah, it is, but it's
a
like,
good
but it's
question.
not like,
But it's like,
and
yeah.
isn't there a lot of like
but it's like
gun
to go
violence?
find the Mr. Beef place is not like right in downtown, right? Like you have to take we took an Uber, you know,
Yeah.
15 minutes out of downtown, but it's like, and then there was a lot of like, it's more neighborhoody kind of stuff. And
Yeah, I
but
think you
there's
got to
stuff
know the
there
neighborhoods. It's maybe like LA in that sense, right? Where like if you know the right neighborhoods to be in, like you can have a great time.
to go
But
to.
if you're
and
just
stuff,
going
but,
blindly and like trying to like, yeah, I think then it's tough.
like you're challenged with some of these places, you know, trying to figure that stuff out.
I mean,
I think most overrated though.
Miami kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's what I was
Miami
gonna say.
does
As much as
kinda
I just
suck.
Miami kinda
shat
sucks,
on
man.
LA, Miami was probably the most hyped
Yeah.
up place that I went to. I was kind of disappointed. But then
Yeah,
is
I've
it
had
is
some
it
good
that or
times
is it
visiting.
us? Is it our mindset? You know what I mean?
No, because I mean I lived there for a little bit, so like I know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I know where to go. But even then, it's just like I don't know. It's such a it obviously I understand the irony here of living in LA with what I'm about to say. Like, it's such a fake place.
Actually,
know,
no,
like-
no, no.
I don't
My one of my friends said that like her sister used to live there, and she's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
people get so dolled up just to go to the grocery store."
Yeah.
Like,
And that happens here, like that.
Yeah.
Like that definitely happens here. But it's just there is. I think you have to be like from Miami in Miami to feel like an authentic experience. I like if you're like from Miami and all this, and you're like, no, this is. I would never argue with that. Like I get it from that standpoint. I think as a visitor, there's just it's rare you feel like an authentic experience. And maybe
Yeah,
that
I
ends up
think-
being just Miami in general. I don't know.
I think you're right though, because like when I went, I kind of did some of the things that were like touristy, and I was like, oh, this kind of sucks, right? But
Right.
then when I spoke to other people, they're like, well, did you go here? Did you do this? And I was like,
Yeah.
well, my experience could have been like pretty awesome had I
Yeah.
actually asked someone.
Right.
Like when I was there one time, I can't remember if I was living there, if I was visiting, but there was a day where like I went with someone and we just went and found like the best Jamaican patties all day. Like went to different spots and everything, and it was a great time. And that's like not a touristy thing, right? Like that's something like you would just do if you live there, I guess. And that was like, I'm like, Miami should be like this. Like this is great. Like this is I
Right.
need more of this, you know?
It's hard to
Honestly, like-
find that stuff. That's like,
Especially
Yeah.
as a visitor. Yeah.
yeah, like you're there for 4 days, 5 days. It's
Yeah.
you're
And like
you're trying
South
to get.
Beach sucks, man.
Oh,
South
it's
Beach
miserable
fucking
over there.
sucks.
That's where I
Yeah.
was, and I thought it was going to be something not at all what it was.
Yeah. It's like
There's a lot of neon fishnet stockings.
yeah, that's the only part I liked.
Yeah.
Eden, how did London stack up in terms of like
London's a
expectations?
small ass room, by the way. You get a small
Yes.
ass room in London.
oh
man.
yeah,
Like,
for
that is-
sure. It's just actually comparable to New York, if not worse. Like just
Yeah,
depending on
I think
where you
worse
stay.
in terms of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It used to be the butler's quarters. Now they've
Yeah.
turned
I
it
know.
into a
Yeah,
hotel
now
room.
it's hotels. Yeah, and expensive, especially depending on where you stay. The first time I went, I guess like I think it was about what I expected. This is like really nerdy, but like I read a lot growing up, and like a lot of books by like British authors, like like Charles Dickens, like a lot of the classics are from like a lot of the books on the reading list that my mom made me read were all like London based. So it's like they do a really good job of preserving that architecture, like not having very modern looking buildings. And I actually I did really enjoy sort of like the cobblestone streets, and like there was something poetic about like the really old buildings and like being like, this is, I will say that though 221B Baker Street was disappointing because it's like not residential at all, and it's just like in this like kind of weird place in the middle of a pretty busy area. So that was disappointing in and of itself, but that might have been an expectations thing, since Sherlock Holmes is I'm big into Sherlock Holmes, but otherwise I feel like it lived up to expectation. Like there's a lot of touristy things to do. The gardens are actually pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
we don't really have like no botanical gardens here really are on that level, because they really value that, like rose hedges and stuff like that we just don't have the space for here. I don't know, maybe in the middle of America somewhere that I've never been to and will never go. But like, yeah, London does a good job of preserving.
What a drive-by shooting!
Shots
That
fired
was-
in Lincoln,
That
Nebraska.
was
Yo, I'm
wild.
from Arkansas, okay?
I know, man.
I can talk like that because I lived in the
Mhm.
Midwest
I
/South
tried
for too
to
long.
take you overseas, get out of the United States, get a little
Mm-mm.
culture, go to London, and just fucking
She went,
Gah! Fly over states, fly by, drive by. All right. Skullbucket says, if American religion had many gods like Greek mythology, what would we have gods of? Like the god of stock markets, etc. Had a couple people in the Discord reference the Neil Gaiman book, which got turned into a series, American Gods, which had a couple of those. But
I mean,
what do you guys
definitely
think?
like
The god-
football, right? Like,
Mhm.
God of football, the god of Sundays.
yeah.
Yeah.
The god of dieting.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Fad
yeah.
diets.
the god of
God
like
of fad diets and
the god
God
of
of dieting. Like two different
beauty,
ones.
but like beauty products. You know,
I love the idea of the god of diets and the god of fad diets. Like that is really, really those are some epic novels right there. That's
You're right. Like just some battles
battling
going on
it
between
out,
the two
yeah.
of them.
the god of diets throws a bunch of gluten in the face of fad diets and just
yeah. The god of diets is very rational and normal
Yeah.
and saying,
Fad
portion
diets coming
control
around with
and
their
healthy
cayenne
and-
water.
yeah.
The
Five,
god
minutes,
of
five minutes
diets.
later, the god of diets is trying to make amends. Like, sorry, here's some red meat. Like, what are you talking about? I don't eat red meat. It's like 5 minutes ago you only ate red meat. Like, no, not anymore. It's bad for you.
No.
The god of diets definitely would have like a belt or something containing like cinnamon and like apple cider vinegar
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
Just pull
Oh,
them
what is
out,
that?
like,
Lemon,
boom, boom.
lemon water and cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper, yeah.
Juice
So you have to make the
cleanses, juice
libations
cleanses,
out of it.
yeah.
Oh my god. There would just be a god of juice cleanses
Yeah.
in addition to the
Yeah, no,
diets and
it's a
fad
separate
diets. Yeah.
god.
That's the demigod.
The
They
god
get
of
their own-
essential oils.
Yeah, oh no.
We definitely would have a con man
I
god.
think
We'd
this
have
can
a-
all kind of be attributed to the god of trends. Like
Yeah,
god
so
of
there's like a
fad
god of
diets,
trends. So like
god of
that's the
trends.
Zeus. And then
He
you
just
have
oversees
many
it. Yeah,
gods,
exactly. He
demigod,
oversees
yeah.
them.
When I was a
Um,
kid, my parents would talk about the goddess of parking.
Oh, that's a good
I liked
one.
that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
When you drive right up and there's a spot exactly where
Yeah.
you need to be, that is
Oh,
the goddess of
The
parking
fan-
smiling
fantasy
upon you.
sports gods, fantasy basketball
Fantasy
gods.
sport. Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I pray to them a lot, you know. No late
The
scratches.
god-
They're a vengeful god.
No
There'd
late
definitely be a god of
scratches.
free speech.
Gods of
Ooh.
hiking.
Gods of hiking.
It's palace. It's is on Runyon Canyon.
Yes. Yeah.
Patagonia is their
We're on the
cult.
tough trail. On the tough one. Yeah.
Right.
Damon says McDonaldicus, god of fast
Ooh,
food,
God of fast
Oh,
food.
yeah.
god of
Yeah.
fried food, the
That's a good
ugly
one.
god, the
The
fatly
parlay god.
god, the parlay god, the god of damn it Dutch,
God damn it, Dutch.
the god of pay for play sports,
Yeah.
rap god, the point god, the punt god, the parlay god, already said it, the god of bad beats, god sham god, Borderman god.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arthur, god of cutting grilled cheese diagonally.
Oh Lord, we're back to the diagonal
The
grilled
weakest
cheese.
god there is.
God of cheese is
god of double
is
crust.
Katie praised the god of cheese in
Her
Wisconsin.
microphone was too full of melted cheese. So it
Yeah.
doesn't work anymore.
From being
She's
yeah.
squeezing out of
Yeah.
it every time she
Yeah.
tried to speak.
The
She uses
scroll
that.
god.
She uses the microphone for dip rather than chips. Just-
Is it wait? What is a microphone? A chip or is it a spoon?
It's more of a spoon for her.
Pretzel stick.
Is there any god, American god, like Eden prays to the fantasy gods, but is there any other god that you like hope is smiling down on you in certain situations? Is there anything
Beer
like
pong
that?
god.
The beer
The
pong
god of beer pong. Yeah.
The god of
How
pong.
much are you playing beer
Mhm.
pong?
Yeah, that was. A
How much are
quick
you playing beer
response.
pong? Yeah.
What frat are
Very
you
That was on the
nowadays?
tongue. Yeah.
I'm a not an adult with no children. I can do whatever I want. Thanks.
That's true.
Oh my god, when I was in Palm Springs, did I text you guys this? I can't remember, but like there was a couple playing beer pong.
Yes.
That guy was the worst I've ever. Like he was airmailing the table the entire time.
Do you
Like
think
just over,
he
and then
was-
she was good. Like she was like legitimately good. Like she wouldn't miss 2 in a row.
Did he
Do
have
you think he was
world
tanking the
record-sized
game though
hands?
to try to help her win?
No, he was because he was legitimately frustrated.
Okay.
Oh, God of good deals. That's a good.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Emily? Did you
God
go?
of Costco bulk buying.
Yes.
The god
Cool.
of value, the god of coupons, the god
Yeah.
of
Oh,
bulk,
yeah.
the god of
I'm all in.
Mo's dad's
Stale.
pantry.
Are Groupons still alive?
Yes.
Groupon?
Okay,
Are they?
yeah.
Yes. They
Man.
they email me all the time.
Oh, jeez.
Emily,
sure it's
did
not
you
a
go?
scam
The
at
god
this
of-
point?
The God of Next Door.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Talk
No
about
matter how much you
spammy.
unsubscribe to those emails, they still keep coming.
Oh my god.
The god of spam. The god of spam.
The God of
emails.
influencers.
Now, are you talking about spam in a can or spam mail?
Talking about digital spam,
Oh,
virtual,
you mean like
virtual
hello?
reality spam.
Hello?
Hello, hello,
Hello?
hi there. Yes, I got one this
Nice.
morning that said, "Where is it?" Oh, where did it go? Maybe I already
Oh, I got
deleted
one-
it.
I
But it
got
said
one this
hi.
morning
It said
too.
hi there this morning or something like that.
Yeah,
How's it
I got a random question from a number that I don't recognize that came through as an SMS text message. I'm traveling to Sacramento. Do you have any recommendations?
Right. Well, that's
Most
better than the
overrated
one
city.
telling me that they will be visiting me this weekend.
That was scary,
Well,
Mo.
I hope you're
I would
ready.
be freaked out.
It's the weekend.
That was pretty much it.
Get the guest room ready, Mo. Change those
I
Mo
will
sheets.
just
be
walks around with
visiting
a
you this
baseball bat
weekend.
all weekend.
It was more
I'll
along
be
the lines of like,
Is
what?
Mo timeout? Is Mo about to go through a Christmas Carol situation? Is that what's happening?
So I think so.
That'd be amazing.
Mo
Yeah.
Scrooge is going to be visited by 3 ghosts: the
Yeah.
ghost of his dad's pantry,
Yeah.
the ghost of NBA Cup future.
And the ghost of future dough.
Future dough. Hope it's dough and money. No.
Yeah.
But yes, but I know my luck. It would be dough.
Yeah, he shows Mo.
Emily, did you go hang gliding? What was it that you
No, I
did
went
the other day?
paragliding yesterday.
Paragliding. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It was
is
one of
that-
those things where I just decided to do it randomly.
That's
and I
where you're
went.
tethered, right?
No, it's when you basically jump off a cliff with
Yeah.
a parachute and you just kind of like
Oh, okay.
ride currents.
Okay,
back
and you ride it
forth.
all the way down to the land, or like the
I went
beach
down-
below.
Yo, I didn't know, but it's a nude beach.
Hello.
And,
You landed in a nude beach.
I landed on a nude
Paragliding
beach.
in. Oh,
Yeah.
fancy seeing your dick here.
Dude, there is a guy that goes to that beach and does naked handstands for like hours.
You got to.
Yeah,
You have
and
to,
I
yeah.
flew over and I was like, well, that's not an angle.
That's the
that
worst
see
angle for
every
you to be
day.
at there.
Now,
Yeah.
Zach, do you
When
think
you were
that
doing-
guy is an android or he's living in a
Nah,
virtual
man,
reality?
that dude's a god.
Simultaneously doing both.
That's the god of naked handstands right there.
Yes.
The god of nude beaches.
Yeah.
When you were flying
yeah.
over and realized it was a nude beach, were you just frantically trying to turn? Like, let me get out! Oh no!
It was more along the lines of like, wait, is he? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I was
Oh,
like,
you
turn
did the
around.
lean and squint. Oh no! That's exactly what he
Um,
wanted you to do.
Yeah. Right in
Get
his
a
trap.
closer look.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far from here too. So you know, it may be a circle back because apparently they do nude yoga in the morning, and
Mm.
apparently they all stand in a circle and face each other when they do it.
Once again, got to. I think that's the only way to do nude yoga. If you were all facing away from each other, what's the point?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a community, so I thought that was really cool. But yeah, the paragliding was like dope. I've never just like jumped off a cliff before, so that was kind of fun.
Was there a lot of like air currents, or was it more or less you were constantly descending?
It was more air currents, but like, so it's like right off of the cliffs of Torrey Pines. So there's a lot of like wind that comes in from the ocean, So you kind of, it's called cliff riding. I don't know. There was a lot of like old white dudes trying to explain paragliding to me while I was waiting. Hey kitty. So, and I didn't really listen to a whole lot of it.
Being extremely aggro right now. This cat trying to get involved in the
What
paragliding
what does the cat
competition.
want
Grew
when
up,
it's
it
doing
has-
that? It just wants
yeah.
attention?
It just-
I thought
Yeah,
cats didn't want
wants-
attention.
It just wants to be up in my shit and headbutt the mic
How often does this
And-
happen when you're trying to edit?
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. She's better. This cat is better
One that
at
grew up.
sitting in my lap. Yes, this is the puker. But the other cat will look me in the eyes and reach her paw up
Have to.
and like try to paw my face. And I'm
Mhm.
like dodging. So yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's the classic cat dynamic of you are withholding attention from them. So they're like, what the fuck is up? Like, I'm here. I need
Can't
you. I need to
believe that,
remind you that I
yeah.
exist.
I
Right.
exist.
Mhm.
Whereas if you
The,
went to the cat and were like, I love you, pay attention to me, they'd be like, whatever, dude, I'm out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah.
The best episode of Nerder She Wrote was when Seth's cat attacked him in the middle of him making a
Oh
point.
shit.
Like,
Attacked?
jumped in and like like threw a scratch. And because
Wow.
every time the cat would float around in the background, I'd be like, jump on him, jump on him. Like I would be just quietly whispering while Seth's talking, jump on him, get him.
You feel like you finally
then all-
heard you.
And
Finally got through.
then he did it, and I just jumped up and I'm like, that's it. And then of course the show got canceled not long after. So
Yep, that's what did it. That was the
So,
end right there.
Mo, you were worshiping the god of cats.
Mhm.
I,
They're
I
definitely
don't
god of
like.
cats.
I mean, I don't
I
mind.
think Mo is
cats, but I
worshiping the
don't-
god of chaos, is what
Chaos.
he was hoping
Chaos.
for.
Your chaos reign.
It's combining cat and chaos.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Santa Skylark says, if you could have any restaurant within a 10-minute walk of your place, what would it be? And then somebody else in the Discord shared this video as a follow-up.
If you could set up the teleport between one place and another, where would that be? Like your bed to Five Guys, or where would you or teleport to your
Our bed to Five Guys?
Yeah.
What?
where? Like for me, I would do my bedroom between
To
Five Guys. That's
To
where
five,
I
what's a
would.
Five Guys?
It's like a burger place.
Oh.
You're like,
Well, you said bad, and then
I mean,
you
if
define
you're into
guys.
that's
You know.
I mean, that's cool.
No judgment.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no
fun.
judging.
I mean, sounds good. I
Not
mean, not that I'm
shaming.
in. I mean,
Not
are you
shaming.
That's the way you roll.
No, because I'm.
Good job.
Listen.
Wow. I mean,
Oh,
impressive.
wow.
I'm impressed.
Uh,
You-
Both of you
I'm
guys'
impressed.
eyes were
I mean,
like,
five. That's a lot of.
really? Five?
Wow. It's
Jesus,
intense.
English.
Wow.
wow.
So there you go. Five Guys.
Mine would be a Tokyo 7-Eleven.
Damn,
Oh,
I was actually
Totally
thinking,
on that.
good one. Yeah. Family Mart.
Tokyo
If the
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven that is near me was the Tokyo 7-Eleven,
God, that would be
I would
so
be there
amazing.
every day.
Yeah.
more than
Every
the
day.
coffee shop.
way more. Every day.
That's tough because you want to pick something that has a lot of variety, right?
The 7-Eleven. Yeah, the
Tokyo
Tokyo
7-Eleven,
7-Eleven.
yeah.
Yeah, the bentos. There's a
Mhm.
lot of options.
Sandwiches. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I'm
there's
going.
hot
There's
I'm going
a-
recency bias.
snacks, taps,
Mhm.
tapas, all of the above.
Little cut
I'm
apples.
just going. I'm going to my buddy's restaurant, Donna's.
Oh,
Mm.
that's a good one. Yeah, Donna's is
10-minute
Donna's.
walk. Now it's just such a pain in the ass because it's all the way in Echo Park.
Yeah.
I mean, we just went recently, but it's still like so far.
I gotta go back there.
I'm still thinking about patois from Toronto and those incredible,
Mhm.
but I would also be like legitimately 50 pounds heavier if I lived
Yeah,
next door.
there's a danger factor with certain
Yeah.
of these things, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't want to do the most decadent meal that you've ever had. I mean, there's a point in my life when if there was a Tender Greens within a 10-minute walk, that would be a
Yeah.
What's that?
constant.
Oh,
Fixture.
Tender Greens. Yo.
Tender Greens is like, I mean, it's like a Sweet Greens. There's a bunch of like similar style restaurants
Have you
that
had,
are out
have you had
there.
the short rib?
At
yes,
Tender Greens?
At Tender Greens?
Yo.
Yes.
No.
I
So
just
good.
had it last week. That shit
Nice.
is
Oh, it's so
legit.
good.
Beef?
Damn.
Yeah, it's legit.
We're
I
here
was
for pretty much
shocked.
any short rib stuff, actually.
But like it's I don't know. I expect like short rib to only be good when it's like restaurant or like someone making it. Like
Uh-huh.
a kind of not fast food, but whatever the fuck Tender Greens is
Yeah,
classified as.
fast casual.
That having short rib that good, I was blown away.
But yeah,
Okay.
Tender Greens was essentially like protein, so steak, chicken, tuna, and then you could either have it as a plate or with like two sides, like a salad and then another side, or you could have a sandwich or like etc. It was, very simple, but everything was good. Like the chicken, the steak, and the tuna were all good. So I would like actually mix it up pretty much every time I went. And then just everything was just quality and somewhat healthy. So I was eating there probably like 3 times a week or something like that when I lived in LA. But in terms like most of the places I'm thinking of now are already close to my house, right? Like because that's where I go. So I'm trying to think of somewhere that's like
Mine
I mean,
is
if
mine is
there's a really
Jasmine.
good barbecue spot. That's what I'm really missing in the Bay Area. Like if Franklin's, the incredibly popular Austin barbecue spot was within 10 minutes of my house, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, that's when you have to worry about your cholesterol and high blood pressure.
Suddenly I'm picking
Well, none
up
of those
a
places are
pound
next
of
to me, and I
brisket
still have to worry about that. So
every single day. Yeah. Suddenly I'm picking up a rack of ribs every Saturday morning. That's a tough one. So, but that would be my pick. I think just a really bomb barbecue place.
I think maybe like a really solid Vietnamese place that has like really good pho and really good banh mi could.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jasmine Cafe, where I used to work in college. That's my choice because like you can eat Vietnamese food every day. It's like relatively healthy. I did do that when I was working there in college. And there's
What
also
other New Orleans places are we putting in our neighborhood, Eden? All of a sudden,
definitely a po' boy spot like Krabby Jack's or Krabby Jack's or Donnelly's, like just the
or
classic.
a Parkway. If there was a Parkway down the block, suddenly I'm eating debris roast beef on a daily basis.
I don't know why. Like honestly, po' boys, like you can't get them outside of New Orleans for some reason. Like I don't know. Like there's nowhere to get them in New York. Like I have a friend that's from New Orleans that's lived here for like 12 years, and he's like there's nowhere. If you want like a New Orleans po' boy, like there's not anywhere in New York to get it. And I feel like that goes for I don't know. I don't think that good New Orleans, like a good po' boy, like New Orleans style classic exists outside of New Orleans.
I agree with that. I've had some like solid ones, but not anything close.
But that's a classic. Like that's where you go. Like you have to do that there.
It's like they don't know how to ship Liedenheimer's bread to other places.
Oh my
or
God.
something.
A shrimp po' boy right now would.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Would be a really good one. Would be all of this. I'm hungry. I might have to.
Yeah.
No, I'm
like
literally like looking at Uber Eats right now. Like I'm like,
Del
what am I
Taco
ordering
did just
for
email
food?
me.
Yeah.
How's that relationship going? Is it still pretty
It
one-sided?
is completely one-sided. They email me all the time.
Are they coming over this
You haven't
weekend?
used your free tacos yet, though, Zach.
They're gonna.
Maybe that's who texted Mo. I think we solved it.
It's Del Taco.
It was Del Taco. I'll be there. I'll be there this weekend.
Jamie's gonna bring home Del Taco, and Mo's gonna be like, "What the fuck?
Fuck! Oh no,
Zach, where were you?"
So now that we know
Zach's
that
dead, he's been murdered by Del Taco.
Now that we know that Mo is hungry and starting to get the vapors, Mikey Madness, what's the most you'd be willing to pay for a hamburger?
Like just like a regular hamburger, or are we talking about like some of these places that really do some fancy stuff with
Let's say it's
hamburgers?
say it's the best hamburger that you can come up with.
Hamburger alone, or does it come with fries and all that stuff too?
Alone.
Yeah.
I always
Like
thought it was
a-
so weird that like actual burger places, like you have to order fries separately. I always thought that was so.
That's a hack. That's a
Capitalism.
hack.
So
That is
offensive.
that is the
Like-
god of hacks, the god of
god of hacks,
capitalism
yeah.
rearing its ugly head. The god of hacks I like because it could be good or bad.
Sure.
Mm,
God of
mhm.
capitalism. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
AKA God.
Like, I mean, max would be like 20. Right? If I knew it was going to be a
Yeah.
great burger,
Yeah.
20.
This is the best burger I've ever had. It's
Yeah.
it's going to be cooked perfectly. Everything is going to be
Yeah.
all the condiments that come with it are going to be perfect. It's the perfect meat to bread ratio. All of that
Yeah.
stuff. I'd be willing to pay $20.
You know what?
But like,
And I'd go to 30 if it was like free
Wow.
range and
That's too much for
organic
me.
and
Yeah, I was like 25. I think is
like
my
maybe
absolute max.
Kobe
When the
or
god of
something.
fad diet slaps a couple extra qualifiers on that burger, all of a sudden you're up
God
in the
of
ante.
avocado fads
Yep.
gets involved. Like
See, it's a burger, but it's between 2 pieces of avocado toast, and the burger's only $10. but the
guacamole
avocado
spread.
toast is 27.
Yeah, if it's Wagyu, exactly, I would go to 30. Like it would have to be like a special kind of burger meat.
yeah, I mean, I'm
Is the
sure I'm
Wagyu
sure I'm gonna do.
burger really
Yeah, I was
better,
just
guys?
I was just
It
about to ask
depends.
that. Yeah,
It depends.
a Wagyu
Like-
steak I'm into. Do I want that ground up and put in a
Yeah,
burger
if
form? I
it's
don't
ground
know.
up, it's really like you're not getting the
Not-
extra texture.
Like the whole point is
of
like
the
to get the
meat.
marbling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, I think, if you mix it.
The
with
bread though is 2 marbled cuts of Wagyu.
Yes. Yeah, I've been watching this Instagram called El Burrito Monster, who he does
Say
this
no more.
shit-
I'm already following. Let
He
me go
does
get
this
it.
shit where basically he's like, my bread is now like mac and cheese, like condensed. and
Oh,
I don't
slapped
like
and-
that stuff.
He
I don't
like
that.
keeps he keeps layering it where it's like, oh, you thought that I already made the thing? No, this thing is now the ingredient in the next thing.
Yeah, this is the Fat
Oh,
Sal's approach where it's
I
like
can't do it.
see
Oh.
like the regular Fat Sal sandwich I'm in, but then now it's like
But it's-
and we're putting like mozzarella sticks as a topping in there. So I'm like, I
Sides are
just
on the
like
sandwich.
it's too much. Yeah, it's
They-
too much.
they-
in
they-
the thing. Like
They go way too far, and then if you even get like 4 or 5 bites in, food
you're
comes.
done.
Food coma
Yeah.
coming right
Yeah,
away. Like
like-
you're done the rest
Whereas
of the
you-
day. You
Yeah, if you just do the regular sandwich, it's really good and it's filling. You don't need all that bullshit.
How much would you pay for like the perfect fried chicken sandwich?
I think either way, if I'm
Probably
going over
30.
$25, I'm starting to feel a little trepidatious about it.
Yeah,
It better
Yeah.
I
be
agree.
awesome.
25 is my limit.
And I'll
better
waste some
be
money.
another level.
Like that's
Right.
it's not about
the
the
thing
money.
is-
It's just
Zach's
like,
just
yeah.
like
Yes, if we're wasting money though, usually
Nothing but 50-cent pieces just
a place with a $25 burger is gonna the burger is still like the least expensive thing on the menu, right?
Yeah.
Like usually it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we have a burger and we do it well, but also we have a steak or also
Yeah.
we have a
I'm-
halibut or something.
I'm
like that.
more interested in a great fried chicken sandwich than I am in a burger.
yeah, because you said 20 something for the burger. But
Yeah, 20 for the
30 something
burger.
for-
I would say 30 for like if I knew this is just going to be the top of the line, like Korean fried chicken or
Yeah.
Japanese fried chicken,
the
whatever. Like
ceiling
how,
for
whatever.
a fried chicken sandwich is much higher than a burger. Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like usually when I want a burger, I'm like perfectly happy with like a double from Shake Shack. Like that's actually usually what's gonna like just
Yeah.
satisfy my burger craving.
Right.
And
that's
that's,
the
what,
thing
like,
about the-
$15.
That's the thing
like,
about the burger as well is
I
like
don't need it to be
like-
fancy. Like if I want
Correct,
a burger, I
correct.
should just
Yeah.
get Shake
Like,
Shack. Like
I get a fucking $4 burger from In-N-Out that is like I'm like that's $4 and it's good.
Really
like I'm
good.
happy with it. Like to go, but like a chicken sandwich, there's
there's levels to it. Yeah.
two. There are definitely levels, but like the Popeyes chicken sandwich, like it's good. The Wendy's chicken sandwich, it's really good. But there's this place called I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, like the Cluckin'
Yardbird?
something or whatever. Oh, the Yardbird sandwich is good too.
Bird
I don't know, it's
Yard
like
or, yeah, I don't
I don't know. There's a place like
there's
right
a-
next to
yeah.
me that does like a hot chicken sandwich, and it's
Yeah.
like fucking
Yeah.
great, and it's like $18. But I'm like I'll pay that every
Done.
time.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you have
biased.
My
Nashville
buddy
hot
has
literally
chicken
perfect.
sandwich, I'm in. I'm all
Yeah.
in on those. Yeah.
but you know what? Like, what's that chain? Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
yeah.
It's yeah, like it's good, but it's to me when you get like the really hot one, they're just making it hot.
Hot
It's
for the
not
sake of
flavorful
the
hot.
flavor's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Which
the
I'm like,
flavor's
okay, I'm not
good.
trying
It's
to like,
just
I'm not trying to do a
spicy.
competition
Yeah.
here. Like, I'm like, I don't,
don't want my
mind
taste
if
buds
it's
to
super
burn
hot
off.
if it's the
Yeah.
flavor. is
Flavor,
worth it, right?
yes.
Yeah. That to me is like that's the whole thing with like the hot Cheetos craze for the last like 15 years and everything, right? Where it's just like yeah, they're good, but like sometimes it's just hot for the sake of hot rather than like flavor, and I'm not interested in that.
Yeah,
I gotta
agree.
take you, Zach, to my buddy's place, Go-Go Bird here in Culver City, because
Oh,
that's
okay.
a good
I'm
a good fried chicken sandwich.
I'm into that.
I'm not going over
Zach-
$25. If I go over $25, I'll be upset. But I'd rather spend. I'm with Eden. I'd rather spend $5 for a double double or $12 for something like a mid-range, very good burger.
I don't mind
Go for the
spending
fancy
for a
burger.
burger. There's a place like I want to go check out called the Benjamin here that like relatively new in LA, and their burger looks really, really.
Oh, I've
good.
heard about that.
I'll
Yeah.
try.
And then
I'll try any burger.
Have you
I'll
had?
seek it out.
Have you had Heavy Handed?
Yes, I think it's overrated.
It's not that good, man.
I think it's overrated. I still
Yeah.
think the best smash burger in LA is Low Boy, and that's obviously I'm
Yeah,
biased. But
that
that's also
no, but that one
that
that
but
one might
smash
be
burgers,
that's legit. Yeah.
I think that might be the best in LA. The other
Just in
place,
fucking Echo
the other
Park.
place that has a good burger actually is the bar at the Roosevelt Hotel.
Yeah, that's a great burger.
That's a really good.
And how much is
burger.
it?
It's been a while. I can't remember, but it's probably in like the 15 to 20 range.
Yeah, 17.
And now I'm just putting this up here to make everybody very hungry.
I'm so
Oh
hungry.
man,
Just heavy-handed?
Sorry, guys.
Just
Look at all
know-
those
just know
pickles.
It's
that
not
disappointing.
as good.
Should I
as-
just
It's-
order
it
Shake
looks
Shack
amazing.
right now?
Like-
Jeez.
It's
Overrated.
not as good.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Overrated.
Oh, fine, I'll go to the Shake Shack. Sorry, you didn't. Sorry for the.
I'm really
encouragement.
proud of myself. There's a Shake Shack less than a mile from me now, and has been for like a year, and
Yeah.
I don't even go once a month, which is a lot of willpower.
Yeah.
The last time
They-
I went, I got 2 drinks for free because they messed something up. So
Mm.
I like going there. Anything that's free, it makes me like.
Now Emily
Of
likes
course.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
They fucked it up,
The
but
one
they
in
gave
Culver
me free shit. Now I'm in. I'll be back.
They opened one.
She's
They
my
opened one in
dad.
Culver City, and it closed within like a year.
I
I've
love
never
free
seen a
shit.
Shake
Really?
Shack actually fail and it like not make it.
Wow.
Like this one,
Crazy.
like when it opened, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's actually gonna. And then also counterpoint, I had never gone, so I'm not surprised now in the long run. That
It's just-
So
it's
you're part of the
nobody
problem,
went.
is what
It
you're
was your
saying,
fault,
yeah.
Mo.
Well, because
Yeah.
here's the funny thing is, it was competing with the In-N-Out. That was like on the
Yeah.
other, like the other
Yeah,
block.
they're still
and it
gonna lose
was
that
like-
fight, man.
Well, they're
still
clearly not online and realize like it's like they should know from the internet conversations that people that especially like California based are going to pick In-N-Out over any other burger place. Every
Well, it's like I
time.
texted you guys on Monday. Went to an In-N-Out burger, 9 p.m. on a Monday. 20 cars in the drive-through line.
Yeah, that drive-through is gonna be crazy.
And there was nobody on the inside. Walked right in, ordered immediately. I had to have beaten 15 people waiting in the drive-through line. I
Nice.
had to have.
Do you not check as you're walking in? Like if I walk, when
Oh,
I've
like
done
what
that,
the
walk
car?
in,
Yeah.
I look to see which cars, and then
I,
when
I,
Yeah.
I tried.
Absolutely.
I should have done that.
Absolutely.
I
Good
didn't have a
call.
great vantage point from inside the restaurant of the cars, so I
Because all you see
wasn't
is the
able
ceiling
to
tiles.
Yeah, I'm tall. And thank you for listening to the Friday mailbag. Thanks to Katie for really making
Katie
that
was great today.
Yeah.
This is her best
epic
episode.
Unbelievable.
Go punch a hole through a bank vault and see if you're an android.
Everybody
That's Zach's
doing it
homework
once.
assignment here.
All
Thanks
right,
to
I'm gonna
Eden,
go.
Emily, Mo, Zach. I'm Maze. Catch you next time on the Friday food bag of mail.
We do
Prize
have good
day.
food.